Daily Bread, day 49 of however long the good Lord gives me, y'all. Let's get it. Galatians 5:24. And those who are Christ have crucified the flesh with its passions and desires. 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For you yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night. Hey y'all, welcome back. It's day 49. Before I even dive into the daily bread, I just want to say thank you. It means a lot to me for those of you that have took the time to just, find this channel. I mean, for whatever reason, it's not popping up in the search box, and I've had some problems with my link actually not working. So, I'm gonna try to put some time into it to figure it out. I am very busy. The most important part to me right now, though, is me uploading this video. I'm gonna give it to God. If you happen to find it or you're watching it, I do believe it was meant for you to see it. Thanks for, just all the support, all the love, all the comments. I do my best to, respond to everyone. And I'm still working on balance, between my really busy work life to just everything I have going on. But, no complaints. Everything's good. Thanks for, tuning in. So I'm going to dive right into it, y'all. So, it's really important to know, y'all, that Jesus is not a thief. Now, he may move swiftly, with stealth like one in the middle of the night when he comes back. But what's the difference between him moving like a thief and being a thief is stealing. He's not coming to steal anything. He's coming to take back who belongs to him. These scriptures are powerful to me, and I kind of want to talk about how I plan to apply them to my life and make sure that I belong to God. I'm realizing in order to belong to him, when he comes back, I need to make sure I belong to him before he gets back. Easier said than done, right? I mean, each and every one of us watching this video, what's guaranteed when he comes back, we're going to want him to take us with him. That goes without I feel like I could speak for everyone. But I can also say that unfortunately there may be a lot of us that want him to be a thief and to steal us from who we chose to belong to, which is the devil, who we chose to follow, with our actions, our behavior, our thoughts, and I just want to share what I learned so I can make sure I do belong to him and show some of the problems that, I was dealing with and that I had to overcome, or maybe still in the process of overcoming, but some huge no-nos that I thought that were okay. And when I talk about it and I hear myself speak, my brain is like, dude, how could you ever think that was okay? But the truth is, self-deception is, man, it's powerful in all the wrong ways. And, we need to make sure we're not deceiving and lying to ourselves, because eventually we can believe them. So the first one I want to talk about, something I would do, is I would feel by pleasing my flesh just a little bit less, I was doing good. Or tell myself, I'm not doing nearly as bad as what I used to do. How I was in my early 20s, man, that was, compared to that, I'm doing so much better. I'm moving in the right direction. Pleasing your flesh a little bit less is not an indicator of moving in the right direction. It's really determined a lot by the baggage that you, in the suitcases and the luggage that you're bringing with you as you go on, y'all. Just because you only open a suitcase here and there, doesn't mean that not carrying or holding on to the same amount of stuff that you always have been holding on to. You know, doing little bit less doesn't qualify us to belong to God. The next one is, I felt like, when I was younger, athletic in shape, whatever, I was kind of arrogant too. All the girls, I just had, and I say this definitely not bragging, y'all. I say this like with, I regret. I'm not going to condemn myself, but I was multiple women, I would entertain the company of multiple women. And because I stopped doing that in my early 30s, I said, I would say, you know what? I used to be a dog. So I used to be a big dog. But now, just because I'm a little dog, God has to be pleased. And I have to belong to him now. A dog is a dog. And just getting rid of the fleas doesn't, that doesn't mean that you're still not a dog. And I don't know. I'm not speaking about animals. Some people believe dogs go to heaven, but for the sake of this video, hey, I'm just talking about people. And I wasn't created to be a dog, so why act like one, right? Or doing the thing where, and back then they were all worldly women. I know better now. I'm not messing with those worldly women that's out there twerking in the clubs, laughing all loud. And I'm gonna mess around with a church woman. I done found me a church woman, a God-fearing woman. I'm just gonna, what? To think that because I now upgraded, which is crazy because I'm not getting ready to say that statement, but I'm just gonna say, clearly, we could still be in church. People that are in church can still have problems, So for me to think because I was now, drinking a little bit with the church girl or messing around with somebody that I can go to church with, the messing around part, the drinking part, the acting a fool, that contradictive, hypocritical, lukewarm way of living, I definitely wasn't going to belong to God, y'all. What I had to learn, and what I'm still learning, is that when you crucify something, it's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to feel good. I'm learning to look past the pain, look past the suffering. I'm willing to sacrifice my flesh and the pain that comes with the suffering from sacrificing it for my life, y'all. And there's no way God is going to say, oh, you got a church, you chose a woman of God. You chose her, but, to be sleeping around with her, that woman, until that woman can be called my wife, I have no business, doing husband and wife things. And this one right here, y'all, when I tell y'all, I can't express it enough. My flesh does not like this one right here. It does not. It's like it wants to be stupid. It wants to say, okay, I'll do everything else. I won't kill, I won't steal, I won't do this. But just, the ladies, come on now. No. I'm getting off a topic a little bit, but I want to say, if there's anybody that's struggling with just lust or whatever, starve your flesh, deprive it, dehydrate it. Do not entertain it at all. Don't give it just a little bit here and there. If you catch your eyes wandering, sometimes, I've had to almost smack my contact. It's better, to cut it off if it's going to sin against you, right? I'm not saying literally, I'm not, don't, y'all don't go to the kitchen drawer. That's not, but with all seriousness, it's a problem, y'all, that we have to address. I've had to learn that I can't have a worldly solution to a spiritual problem. So in other words, deleting, 15 phone numbers, but still holding on to those two. Those two will get you in hell. Get rid of those two. Or washing up the sin, putting a little cologne on it. It's not as bad. I drink in the garage now or in the car. So, I don't do it in front of the children, or I don't do it in front of, this is just examples. It can be, it could be anything. Correcting sin, cleaning up sin, sinning better does not help us belong to God, is what I'm trying to say. It has to be crucified, y'all. The fact that I thought that I can do anything different under the sun was extremely foolish. The fact that I realized I tried to manipulate God or justify it or just kind of make it fit, make the scripture fit into my lifestyle how I wanted it to, was something very, very wrong and leading me the wrong direction quick. We need to crucify the behavior of wanting to do what we want to do versus what Jesus is telling us to do. It's that very behavior that we actually inherited, that behavior from Adam and Eve. The desire of Adam and Eve, y'all, was to know. It's important that we understand that, that curiosity, that the devil works through suggesting, and playing off of our curiosity, wanting us to rebel and just want to know or do what God tells us not to. It's important to know that every time we entertain sin, we're having intercourse with it, y'all. Every moment we think about sin and we're entertaining it, we are risking conception. There's only so many times you can have intercourse with sin before you give birth to whatever sin we conceived with. So if it's alcohol, you can be thinking about getting that drink, by getting that drink, you are at risk of, there's more of a risk to become an alcoholic. You may feel the need to manipulate a situation, a person, whatever, and tell a lie. Once that lie is told, how many more lies do we often have to tell to support it? We can birth, becoming a liar. I know this stuff is kind of painful to think about, but, when we conceive with sin, we give birth to it. We birth a sin, y'all. We birth sin. So, some of us may still have it within and have time to abort. If you are one of those people that have been struggling, entertaining, thinking, but you've yet to, take action and sin on the outside of your body, abort while you can. Because what happens is, whatever is on the outside, when we can physically see consequences, it always starts within, y'all. So it's better that we don't conceive in the first place, But if we do, it's important to just know, to learn from our mistakes and know how it works, y'all. Sinful seed doesn't need a fertile window for conception to take place. We're not going to get no heads up or a warning, HCG levels rising that will indicate a nothing positive to come. And may even feel like in a moment we're finding some form of enjoyment before all hell breaks loose. It's no contractions, the birthing process. We're not screaming, epidural. We're actually screaming for Jesus to help us. A lot of times before we even finish the sin or near the finish of birthing that sin, we know we messed up. What I'm trying to say, y'all, is every little sin has the potential to become a big sin. No such thing as 37 weeks full term for holding sin. It can take as little as 38 seconds from conception to giving birth to a 58-year-old problem. Once you let the lion out of the cage, it is hard to get it back in. So it's better to just crucify it instead of make it better or do it less of it, because that don't work. thanks for tuning in for day 49. This is the Daily Bread, and y'all take care. Let's get it, y'all.